Hi, welcome to another video presentation brought to you by stemcellmalaysia.com. In this video, we're going to talk about the worst stem cell news in 2012. Now, this is probably the most horrifying stem cell news in 2012, and in fact, this is a kind of incidents that ruined the reputation of the industry. However, it is good that we know there are incidents like that out there, so that we users can take the necessary precaution and do the needful before we take on any stem cell therapy or live cell therapy. Now, this incident happened in Los Angeles to a woman in the 60s who underwent basically a new form of stem cell cosmetics, and she spent about $20,000 for the procedure at a clinic in Beverly Hills. Now, the clinic took out her adult stem cells and then inject them back to the targeted area of her body, okay, for cosmetic purposes. Now, basically, the cosmetic surgeon from that Beverly Hills clinic, they took out some of the women's abdominal fat using liposuction, okay. Now, from that abdominal fat, they extracted the adult stem cells, okay, and then from the adult stem cells, they actually identify and extracted a specific kind of cells. Now, adult stem cells, basically, they are undifferentiated or unspecialized cells which can develop into different cells and tissues. So what they did is they took these stem cells and then extracted only what they call the mesenchymal stem cells. Now, basically, the mesenchymal stem cells is known as a multipotent stromal cells, which are stem cells which can develop into various types of cells, including osteoblasts, chondrocytes, adipocytes, tenocytes, etc., etc. And this is taken from the reference at the Royal Society of Medicine journals. Now, in other words, despite all the technical terms, basically this type of stem cells can develop into bone, cartilage, fat, nerve cells, and so on. Now, the mesenchymal stem cells are commonly used by scientists for stem cell research due to the fact that they can be easily extracted and cultured in the lab and outside the body, basically. Now, and they also have a high potential to be induced and cultured outside the body in the lab, and therefore these characteristics make them very attractive for the purpose of stem cell research and stem cell therapy. Now, what happened next is the cosmetic surgeon then injected these mesenchymal stem cells back into the woman's face, including the area around the eye. The whole objective of this stem cell cosmetics was supposed to rejuvenate the women's facial skin and complexion, and because these mesenchymal stem cells can actually grow new facial tissue and also heal the ones that are aged on her face. Now, 3 months, everything went well, but 3 months later, the woman went to see another cosmetic surgeon and complained that she has pain in her eyes when she tried to open her eyes, okay? And the worst thing is, and when she tried to open her eyes, she heard cracking sound, okay, each time she opened her eyes. Now, so the cosmetic surgeon examined her, and they observed that her eye was actually drooping, and there was swelling around her, around the eye region. So they decided to do an operation, and she actually went through 6 hours of surgery, and by this cosmetic surgeon and his team, they dug out chunks and pieces of bones from the eyelids and tissues around the eyes. That's scary, isn't it? So it seems that bones are growing under the eyelids and surrounding area of the eyes. So what actually went wrong was during the previous stem cell cosmetics procedure, the Beverly Hills Clinic, they also injected a chemical known as calcium hydroxylapatite. Now this is basically what they call a dermal filler, and it has been used for more than 20 years by plastic surgeons, and the purpose of injecting this was to reduce wrinkles. But what they did not know is that this chemical is also capable of inducing these mesenchymal stem cells to grow bones. So that is when it went haywire. Okay, so they were not aware that this commonly used dermal filler, these chemicals, and can also make the mesenchymal stem cells to grow bone. And that's why when they injected into the face of the women and around the eye area, this chemical actually triggered the growth of bones around that region. So this is probably something that we can take note of when we do undertake any stem cell therapy or stem cell cosmetics. So it is good to be informed about such things. So we thank you for taking the time to watch this video on the worst stem cell news in 2012. And we invite you to visit our website at Stem Cell Malaysia for more interesting articles on stem cell news. And see you in the next video. Bye bye.